Financial success is nothing without purpose. Listen, I tell people this all the time. Talent can get you paid. Talent can get you rich. But purpose will get you wealthy. What's going on? My name is Garnier, and I am the host and founder of the Walking in Wealth Melanomics Podcast, YouTube channel, and radio show. And my ultimate goal is to help men walk in wealth, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. To take the things that God has already given you and use them to create a life of purpose, so that wealth is much more than just what you acquire. Wealth is who you become. You are the wealth. Before you own a business, before you have an investment portfolio, before you have real estate holdings, before you have anything, you have a unique set of talents, abilities, gifts, ideas, and inclinations that form the basis of everything that you do in life. And once you tap into that, that forms the basis of your wealth creation journey. So I repeat, you are the wealth. If you like my channel, if you like my message, if you like what I'm doing, listen, do me a favor, like it, subscribe to it, share it, and we're going to jump right into it. Now listen, today, I want to talk about purpose. You know, I hear a lot of conversation and discussion about men walking in their purpose, finding their purpose, being the best version of themselves, and I agree with all of that. But we never really talk about how to find your purpose. There's so many opportunities, there's so many options, there's so many directions that we can take our lives. There's always people telling us what we should do. There's always people giving us ideas on what path we should take. But our purpose is something that is unique to us. It's something that some people go a lifetime without ever really discovering. But once you know your purpose, once you know who you are, once you know why you are here, that changes how you do everything in life. It changes how you move. It changes what you focus on. It changes everything, because now you have a foundation. And now everything that you do, every decision that you make has to be in alignment with that foundation. So today, I want to talk to men about how you know that you're living in your purpose. And there are 5 ways to know how you're living in your purpose. I did a video on this a few months back, and I want to dig deeper into it and really talk about how to tap into your purpose, so that when things come up in life, you know how to deal with it, you know how to address it, because you know who you are and you know what your purpose is. So let's jump right into it. 5 ways to know that you're living in your purpose. The first way to know that you're living in your purpose is passion. When you have a passion for something, a passion is an everlasting fire. A passion is something that ignites you. It ignites your energy. It ignites your focus. It ignites your ideas. When you're passionate about something, it's something that you're thinking about all the time. It's something that consumes you. Passion is an indicator that you're moving towards your purpose. When you have a passion for something, you don't have to set your alarm clock, because that passion is going to wake you up. When you have a passion for something, nobody has to remind you of what you need to do, because you're already thinking about what you need to do. And so passion gives the energy necessary to live in your purpose. Because if you're doing something, even if you're successful at it, even if you're good at it, if you don't have a passion for it, it's going to be really difficult to get to the next level, because there's nothing burning inside of you that is causing you to desire to get better, to desire to move forward. But that passion, that is like fuel to the fire. It adds that spark to something that you may already be good at or enjoy doing. And so when you have a passion, that is an indication that you're living in your purpose, because passion is necessary in the difficult times. See, when times get rough, when times get hard, when you're losing, when you're unsuccessful, if you don't have passion, then you're going to quit. But when you have a passion about it, those difficult times, that passion is going to get you through. And so passion is an indication that you are living in your purpose. The second way to know that you're living in your purpose is pride. You have pride in what you do. Not a boastful or braggadocious pride, but you're prideful in the results. You're prideful in the outcome. You're prideful in the reputation of what it is that you're doing. If you're doing something, you're working on something, and you care about the end result, you take pride in doing the work, pride in the detail, you're meticulous about it. That's an indication that you're living in your purpose. Because if you do something and it's not really a part of your purpose, you don't really have the same vested interest in it, right? Right? Yeah, you may take the time to do it. You may be just that kind of person that cares about what they do. But when you're living in your purpose, you really care about the end result. You are prideful in your work. You take extra detail and care. Think about somebody like the legendary Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, and how prideful he was about his work and his preparation for the game of basketball. How prideful he was in the details and the end result. Think about somebody like Floyd Mayweather and how prideful he was in his dedication and preparation for his craft. How prideful he was to do the little things that other people were not willing to do. He was prideful in the end result. He didn't just want to put any product out in the boxing ring. Kobe Bryant didn't just want to put any product on the court. He was prideful with the results. And when you find yourself caring about the results, caring about your work, caring about your effort, that is an indication that you're living in your purpose because you care. The third way that is an indication that you are living in your purpose is that you are principled. You are principled in your approach. What I mean by that is you're not willing to take shortcuts. You're not willing to cheat the process. You know how important it is to go through the process to get to where you need to be. And if you cheat the process, you're cheating yourself and you're cheating your purpose. And so you understand that you take a principled approach. You don't want to take shortcuts. You don't want the fast way. You want the right way because you know that that's what's going to pay off. And so you are principled in how you do things. You don't want to cheat the process, right? You don't want to get over just to get results. You want to do what is necessary to fully vest yourself in the purpose. And so when you take that principled approach and you just decide, hey, I want to do this the right way. I don't want to cheat this process. That is an indication that you're living in your purpose. And I'll use sports again as an example of that, right? We all know people who are just physically talented, right? They just physically gifted, and you put them on a field, you put them on a court, and they can just do things that you've never seen before. And you can be talented at something and it not necessarily be in your purpose. And that result is reflective many times in the career of that person that's talented. Because in the beginning, you can see the raw talent. You can see what they're capable of doing. But if they're not principled in their approach, if they don't take practice seriously and they skip over the little things, they don't take the details seriously and they don't feel like they need to watch film. They don't feel like they need to lift weights. They don't feel like they need to go out there and do the things necessary to get as good as they can possibly be at their craft. They are not principled in their approach. When that is the case, eventually you see that their talent can only get them so far. You see that their God-given ability can only take them so far. And they are not principled in their approach, so they do not reach their full potential. And many times it's because they're not living in their purpose. And all of us have something that we may be good at, that we may naturally have an inclination to do, but it's not our purpose. And so we have no passion in it. We have no pride in it. We're not principled in our approach, and we try and take shortcuts. And eventually that is reflective in the results. And so if you are not principled in what you're doing, it may not be aligned with your purpose. And if it is, then you need to readjust and refocus. The fourth way to know that you are living in your purpose is that your purpose brings peace. When you have a peace about what you're doing, regardless of the circumstances, that's an indication that you're living in your purpose. When you're doing something for free that you know you should be getting paid for, but it's a part of your purpose, you have peace about that because that aligns with your purpose. When I first started speaking, I love motivating and inspiring people so much. I did it for free. And I would get so passionate. I would get so excited about what I was doing. I was so at peace with what I was doing, even though I know that I should be earning thousands of dollars for that. I was at peace because I was walking in my purpose. I was living in my purpose by inspiring people, by motivating people. And when you're doing something and it's not where you want it to be yet, you're not being compensated what you should be compensated. You haven't reached the pinnacle of your career or your business yet, but it's a part of your purpose. You will have peace with the result. Even when you fail, even when you face rejection, even when nothing is going your way, if you're living in your purpose, you will be at peace with that. Now you can take that reverse and we can find all kinds of examples of people who are financially successful, but they're not at peace. And that's because they're not living in their purpose. You can reach financial success, but if it's not aligned with your purpose, you'll never have peace about it. And we know all kinds of people that applies to. But when you're living in your purpose, you feel peace at what you're doing, no matter what the circumstances or results. And the last way that is a clear indication that you're living in your purpose is that it becomes a priority. It's a priority in your life, regardless of whatever else you may have going on. You may have to work just to support your family and take care of your bills. You may have 2 or 3 jobs that you're doing, that you're working on, that you have to do just to survive. You may be doing something else that is financially beneficial. But regardless of any of that, you will prioritize your purpose. You will find a way to live in your purpose, even if it's late at night, even if it's early in the morning before the sun comes up, even if it's in between jobs, even if it's on the weekend. It is a priority to you. And so you find the time, you make the time, you put it where it needs to be to get it done. If it's not a priority for you, it's not aligned with your purpose. You may like doing it. You may want to get into it. But if it's not a priority, that's an indication that it may not be a part of your purpose. And it's important for you to understand these things, because financial success is nothing without purpose. And listen, I tell people this all the time, right? Talent can get you paid. Talent can get you rich, but purpose will get you wealthy, because there is alignment with who you are and what you produce. When you produce something that's outside of the scope of who you are, you can make money doing it. But like I said earlier, you won't have peace, you won't have passion, you won't have pride about it. But when there is alignment between who you are, those inclinations, those ideas, those things that make you unique, when you align those things with what you produce in life, that's how you create wealth. That's how you create wealth, because it becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of who you are. In the decisions that you make, the financial decisions, the life decisions, the personal decisions, all of those things come into alignment when you are living in your purpose. You have passion. Passion is its own motivator. Nobody has to get you out of bed to live in your passion. You have pride. You care about the results. You care about your work. You're principled, meaning you don't want to cheat the process. You understand that you have to go through the process to get the result. You don't want a microwave solution. You want the oven solution. You want it to cook. You're principled. You have peace. Regardless of the outcome, regardless of the circumstances, when you're living in your purpose, you are at peace because it's a part of you. And lastly, it's a priority. Regardless of how busy you are, regardless of what you have going on, when you're living in your purpose, it is a priority and you will find the time to do it. And if you're dealing with all of those things, those are clear indications that you are living in your purpose. Once you're living in your purpose, you can become the best version of yourself and do everything that you need to do to walk in wealth. My name is JD Garnier. Hope you liked the video. If you did, like it, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time.